Alright, so I'm gonna wait until one of the duels begin and we can go in immediately. So, right now, good luck to both teams on today's war. I'm gonna do my best by doing all the job as you can see right now. And yeah, hopefully you guys are also entertained. I might not be able to commentate much, hopefully. But let's see. Alright, let's see if this duel has begun properly, by the way. Sometimes there's glitches and I know how this game works, so we'll see. Alright, so this one was a little error, that's fine. So these happens, that's a classic thing from duelings and they didn't really change much. We're gonna watch again. So this should be the correct duel. Alright, let us see what's gonna happen. Orikacho playing aggro with the Hammer Crush Steel skill. And that's a fine field. We have the Dragons being summoned. Also, let me know if the audio is fine as well for those that are joining in. And Silent is going to be playing yet again Ike Drago. We've seen the player using this deck on the previous week. Alright, having a small start. It's generally bad to have the Chaos Femtron early, but there's a little way they can do, which is yes indeed. You're going to use this skill onto the Dark Femtron, then you can do the Tribute, and because there's the Cyburst monsters in the grave, you can use the skill from the Chaos Femtron, you mill, and if you find a monster you can add to the hand, you can do that. They're gonna go and add it. Okay. I don't think it was forcefully needed, because Silent is gonna want to gain cards in the hand. But I guess that's still gonna be fine. It's just that there was no special need to add, just so you're drawing 5 cards instead of like adding more. Although I don't know if it forces. I'm gonna verify the effect of Chaos Femtron. I do think it's optional. The effect of adding a monster from the grave is normally optional. And also, hello. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Daisy Ridley. And hello to you, man, 2024. Am I uploading the tournament or on YouTube or something? So, all the matches... So this is not really a tournament, it's a league, which works differently. All matches will be posted on the Twitch channel. And sadly there's no YouTube channel. It's usually hard to handle one. So we're all for the moment going to upload on Twitch. And once we manage to get affiliate, all the previous matches that were streamed, let's say, on other channels will appear on the Twitch channel for Duels Colosseum, so nobody has, let's say, missed one of the matches. Gacha getting a fine turn, only has 2 monsters though. The barrel, which did the coin flip, unfortunately didn't work. The reset runner has done its fate, sending the Yggdrago, the R. Alright, so far Silent summoning a bit more of the monsters. And the only one he can attack is going to be the Light Sorcerer. So that's going to be the only monster destroyed, but that's at least one monster destroyed. Unfortunately, they cannot get rid of the Barrel Dragon, which might be imposing later on. The Barrel Dragon is going to work, destroys the face down defense monster, which is going to be huge. And Tribute to the Doomed is going to be used. We discard the Galaxy Cyclone. And yet again, putting a back row on the side of Owarigacho. One attack that is going to work. And of course the next one. Alright, sending a back row. Using the skill right now. Alright, I was handling up another issue. Because yet again reminded that I'm being the referee for this match, thus making it more complicated for me. And I'm applying the rules here with the fact that the player is not in the room yet, so table 3 is by default going to take the win here. So that's going to be 2-0. That's honestly unfortunate. Anyways, I'm back. I'm really sorry. I couldn't read the chat as I'm handling Discord as well. Really, really sorry for everyone. But hello to you, Serena, and your Blaze. Any spice? So far, I don't know. This match only begun, and the match was enough delayed because one of the players took time to submit the deck, and I had to put some penalty about that. And not only that, they also didn't get in the room on time, thus a penalty has to be applied. So table 3, we're unfortunately not gonna have any match. Maybe next round We'll see. Also, Silent is trying to survive at Moss here. He can still do some big damage on the other Sorcerer. There's going to be 700 life points left. Both of the players are fairly in a pickle though, because Silent is still quite on the edge with 1,900, and the fact that the deck doesn't really have any defense in terms of stats, it makes it more complicated. Seahorse Carrier, gonna be adding back that Warrior Lady. Orikacha is really going to take some benefit when it comes to the resource materials. We're trading someone, we get the Dragas in. Oh, only defense. I wonder if they're trying to do timeout. No, sorry, not timeout, deck out. It is still possible for a deck out, though the fact that the level 7 is remaining here, Silent can indeed use the effect. We sent 2 cards from the graveyard back to the deck, at least. Yeah, exactly, Promonarchus. If this ever happens, you usually want to have the sub player coming in to replace. But here it's going to be more complicated because RVS, I'm not going to spoil things until round 2. You will see by yourself. This is still getting close. And I do think Silent did not attack. Oh yeah, there's been a negate attack. Oof. This is getting rough. Silent is still going to survive though. There's 5 cards. But they're in need of shuffling cards back to the deck, or else they're not going to survive. This is getting difficult for Silent, especially with 1 back row. Backwards believing, they say. Light Sorcerer going to be using its effect. We choose a monster, reduce their attack. And we're going to choose the Attribute Hydron. One of them at least. But they definitely have to destroy the Belsec Tackle. I just don't see the point of skipping it, but Dragas should be doing the job unless Silent has something. Negate attack! Ooh, that is a well-timed negate attack. This is getting rough. Kacha has 4 cards left in the deck. This is exactly why they kept 1 card in hand. If that card was set or used, that would be deck out for Owari Kacho. And Silent has to win right here, right now, or else they're gonna lose. So first of all, we start with the Belsec Tackle to reduce the attack of one of the monsters. There's also no more negate attack on the side of Owari Kacho. Maximum Ragnarok gonna be used. We're trying to reduce the attack as much as possible, just in case. And in fact, that's going to be enough for Silent to be taking the point here. Also finishing with class with the maximum egg Drago. And yet again, sorry for like the lack of commentary. A lot of stuff I'm handling with. Because table 3, you guys might see them dueling, but this is an invalid duel. And I'm gonna try to check the scores by my own very quick. Alright, so table 1 finished. I'm gonna write the score. So only table 2 is the one that can play, basically. And we're gonna proceed to run 2 after that. So let me just handle the scores real quick. I guess we can put a replay for the time being, so you guys can watch one of the matches. I'm gonna put the latest one between Draco and Emerald. Emerald, sorry. Alright, let's see what deck both Draco and Emerald had. And also, hello, Elmaz. Well, War has started poorly, unfortunately, for Roller's Vorpal Sword, as one of the players got late for today's match. But there's still run 2 for them, so who knows what's going to happen. But it's still going to be a disadvantage for their teammate. And yeah, I see mirror match between the two teams. I mean, between these two players right now. Both were playing Light Machine. Alright, Draco shuffling 3 monsters, getting a lot of attack, getting rid of the other mirror. It does happen though, Almaz. It is what it is. But it's even harder for me as I have to be a referee plus streamer, as you can see. And that kind of job, I haven't done it like in ages. Also, Emerald shuffling only 1 monster, that is still going to be enough. Draco, unfortunately, not having any back row. Emerald is going to be taking the point on this one. And they got 2-1. And let us join again this one. I'm also going to do the update of the scores. So of course for this round, that is the win for TCM. But we're going to wait until the round finishes. Did we see something different than machines? We only saw this table. Table 3, there is no duel. Or more like the duels don't count because one of the players did not submit the deck on time and join the room. Thus, we consider that no duel happened on table 3. Yeah, Cybers is always cool to watch, but pretty much any decks for me, especially in such meta that we have, there is very good variation when it comes to decks. Also keep in mind, Owari Catcher is playing aggro, but no back row for them. Right, that's fair. Only 1 monster left for Silent. That should be fine though. Should be doable for them. Also appreciate for the follow, Falco. So it's road best deck. I mean, that's your opinion, Blaze. What else can I say? It's a fun deck, though. I do still wish there's like a few of the support, for example, from the selection box, and especially structured decks that were still used. But since people right now are not really playing the widespread runes, well, you know, it's one thing they skip. Machine's too strong. Tell my opponent to not suck. True, true. Also, hello, hello. But yeah, Machines is a very strong deck for what it does. It pretty much, as a deck, it has a very good coverage for a lot of stuff. That is close to lethal, I think. Is it? If I'm making the math, I think it's almost lethal. By how much? 100 life points! Oi, oi, oi. Oh, Rikachu is surviving for now with 100 life points after this attack. Jeez. Alright, man. Well, that's the thing. Running Currybot, it's not forcefully needed. Currybot remains like a nice engine because you can get guaranteed ways to do tribute summon. But it's indeed like less used nowadays as an engine. But it still does a good job. No! Not the freeze! Not the freeze, man! Oh! Barrel Dragon sent back to the deck. Is the defense gonna be enough though? Is that gonna be enough for the defense? Also, Silent is with one card left right now. This is getting quite crazy, I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing is, like, for Egg Dragon, they don't really have a way to do piercing damage. The Tribute here is good, because they're going to want to send cards back to the deck to be able to not deck out. And they need to keep that monster. Also, real thing is, like, I'm pretty sure negate attack was not seen. Let me check the graveyard on the side of Owarikacho. And no negate attack. Nothing! Is the attack gonna pass? It passes! Alright. Well, that is a run finished. I guess on a cool way. And yeah, pretty much a mix of, like, sad but good as well. Silent is at least going to be taking 1 point for the team. And let me just do the necessary stuff. Because yeah, again, for the people that are only joining, I am doing the refereeing at the same time. So it's not that simple. And I'm going to do rulers like that. Right. Alright, what I can do is maybe show a second one as well. Because we've seen one duel between Emerald and Dracorush. I guess we can go with the second, maybe third. I think let's go with the second one. At least one more so you guys can watch. One. And also for the sake that you guys are entertained, you know. Alright, so normally Draco won this one. So that was when they got to 1-1. Freeing Seahorse Carrier. You know, yeah. Maybe. Maybe. The semi-limited to 2 is though fair. Alright, Draco getting the Ghost Cyclone, thus destroying the anti-back row. Unicorn, which is going to... Sorry, Bolt Recorn, blocking the back row. Pretty good. Ultimate Bond gonna be using its effect. We reveal the Barrel Dragon to get the Hawk. Sorry, the Eagle. Free Maginical. Right now we're special summoning the Gold Rush. Getting back one of the monsters. Destroying all the monsters from Draco, that's gonna be fine. Barrage of Steel gonna be destroying the anti-Bankro again. Emerald didn't even use it just to force and bait the Draco there. SL gonna be using its effect. The Eagle gonna use itself. Special summoning Barrow Dragon, and then we'll get 2 heads. And that's gonna be enough for lethal here. And that's Draco taking the point. And now we're just gonna wait for the round 2. So let me just do the total score right now. So for now we're just going to wait for the other team to make the lineup. I could just do one little thing. I'm going to do the necessary stuff. All right. Just preparing the sheet, and then we're gonna pick one of the duels. We're most likely going to see the table 3 because we couldn't see their duel before. So I'm just going to wait for the 2 players to be in. Alright, just waiting for table 3 to be ready. And hopefully I get active again for the chat. For the people. Alright, we're in. Let's jump in on table 3. Round 2 begins. And let's see how they're going to do. Alright, come on, glitch. Alright, so that duel is not gonna count, but that is a classic thing that happens. Alright, we'll still wait for the table 3 again. So RVS, yeah, they do not have a sub. They only have 3 players. That's the thing, Monarchist. And that's the unfortunate thing, because what happened earlier... I don't know if you were here before, Monarchist. Just in case, I'm going to repeat it for the other viewers. Unfortunately, OP didn't submit the deck on time. And... yeah, that's already of a restriction. And that is why they began with a round as a score of 0-1. Just gonna wait for the table 3 to be ready. Alright, let's jump in again. And after the duel, I'm going to yet again put some scores. And let me just take a quick break, everyone. I'll be back.
시작한다. 러시 듀얼.
Alright, we are back. So as you can see, Ubi has only set 3 cards. And what is Sugiyama gonna do? I think the same from what I see. And no. Also tributing someone for the mirror, so they're going to get a piercing damage here. So now it's gonna be the turn of Ubi. And let's see how they're gonna do. Right, pretty good. They have 3 light monsters, and that is going to be minus 1,800 attack on the mirror, which is massive here. Only 600 attack points left for the mirror. And the Hammer Crush as well, which was seen from the skill before. That is going to be very, very beneficial here. Depending on the cards Ubi has, they can do piercing damage, they can destroy the monster face up, summoning the triggered Drago as well. And that's going to be big damage. Even if they have only 1 back row, that is a very good field clear here. So they're pretty much on equal terms in terms of life points between Sugiyama and Ubi. And the Ghost Cyclone is going to come in clutch on the side of Sugiyama. And if you see the graveyard, there's only 3 monsters. And that's going to be enough to draw a card. Destroying the buffered slime as well. That is going to be pretty big for Sugiyama, depending on the hand they have right now. Alright, Sugiyama taking the time. I'm gonna guess they're trying to find the lethal here, because there's indeed no back row. There's only 2 monsters. This is a possible scenario for a lethal. Ultimate Bond gonna be used. So we're gonna reveal the Gold Rush. We search for the Eagle. And that's at least having 1 monster that you can special summon from the hand. And now we're going to special summon the Gold Rush. Or the Mirror. And they're going to be returning 3 monsters back to the deck. And that is in fact going to be now 3,200 damage. And Sugiyama is going to be taking the first point. And I'm gonna watch the table 1. Let me just see in terms of replay. Okay, let me just see the scores. Because being a referee at the same time, things are a bit hard, so I'm gonna do my best to write the scores right now. Arigato. Alright, they got 1 point. So first duels happened on table 1 and 2 and 3. So we're in duel 2 for table 1. Let me just join table 1. Sorry, just like that. Alright, we got the correct scores here. So far on the run 2. Setting 4 cards on the side of Draco. And we're gonna do almost the same, but this time we attack with 2 monsters. Draco gonna be using Ghost Cyclone, destroying the negate attack, which is gonna be massive. Using the skill, we'll get the Eagle. Craft Drone, combined with Barriers of Steel, yet again we destroy the back row, getting rid of the cards from Emerald. Eagle gonna use its effect, we special summon the Mirror. Also the Bicor gonna be benefiting from sending back cards to the deck. And that was also a big benefit to summon another mirror, and those are going to be very big damage. Ultimate Bond on the side of Emerald. We're going to shuffle the monster from the field. Yes, indeed. So that is one interaction a lot of people do forget at times. You can use one of the monsters from your field to do the skill, basically, to search for the eagle. SL going to try to shuffle. Eagle is going to join. Yet again, we're going to try to shuffle with the mirror to get as much damage as possible. The buffer slime is going to come in. Thus, no damage to Emerald. And now we pretty much cut them up. Let's see how it goes. Alright, setting cards again on the side of Emerald, nothing much, but at least this one monster they have trying to attack the mirror. Is the attack gonna pass though? Most likely yes, because one type of card I do think we're not seeing much anymore. They're the ones that reduce the attack. And what's very interesting is these are the kind of cards that will change a lot, especially in such format that we're trying to do with Rush Duels Colosseum. They could be game changing. Because that means there are some attacks that we'll have to be cautious of. Alright, Draco is summoning the SL, gonna use the effect of SL again. As long as Draco finds a way to reduce the attack of the Gold Rush, they're gonna be fine. Or simply by doing the piercing damage with the mirror, they're gonna be able to take the game. Right, having monsters in attack. One attack passes. There's no piercing, but we're clearing the field though. 500 life points left for Emerald. Draco is close enough to the win. The fact that Emerald lost the negate attack before, that's also quite massive, but then as we've seen, Draco basically had enough to clear the back row. This looks bad for the Japanese player. Yeah, for Emerald, it's looking quite tough for sure. Alright, the Eagle is in. So they can at least special summon. If they have combustion, definitively. The Barrel Dragon has been summoned using the effect. How many coins? 3 heads. That's going to be enough to destroy the Gold Rush. And the combustion crisis. Oh. Which of course this card also burns. Does some damage here. When you have an opponent monster declaring an attack, you inflict 600 damage. And that's going to be 2-0 on that table. So 1 point here. I'm going to check the other scores. So Silent won before. This time they lost 2. And I have to see on the other table the one for Ubi. And I think that's it, yeah. Unfortunately, that's the end of the match. We can watch actually one more replay if the chat wants, but that's gonna be it. I'm gonna try to put the scores. Alright, so congratulations to TCM for the win against Roller's Vorpal Sword. It's quite unfortunate though, the fact that they couldn't submit the text on time, because I know it sounds stupid, but that's like one way to penalize yourself, and that's why it really matters to respect the time. But what I can do for now, we'll put just one more game, alright? While I'm speaking, you guys can enjoy one last duel, and I'm going to do the necessary stuff. And after that, I'm going to tell you guys there's another stream coming up, which is going to be on... Actually, let me just do the talk real quick. I'm gonna talk to the other streamer. Alright, and that's about it. Anyways, I'm gonna be cutting the stream. Another streamer is gonna be taking place in for the next match. So we will see you very soon, and yeah, have a good day, evening, and see you next time. Peace.